Hey everybody. Welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday evening to you. Hopefully you guys got my note that we were going to do it at 8:30 and not 8 o'clock. Hey Carla, how are you? Hi Laura. Good to see you guys. Ladies, I should say. All right, let's pull it up over here on the laptop, see how we're looking. Hope you guys have had a wonderful Sunday. Hi Maria. Hey Debbie. Good to see ya. Oh my goodness, looking good. Good to see you guys. All right, here we go. There we go. People are coming in. Hi Diana and Peggy and Joe. Good to see you. All right, my phone just gets so wonky on this stand. I don't know why it does that. Okay. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate that, Deb, very much. All right. Hi, Megan. Hi, Lorraine. We're going to have so much fun tonight. I had to stop myself because I just kept going and going with the creations. Thank you for coming in at 8:30 instead of 8. I was able to actually have dinner with my parents tonight, which meant a lot to me. And I didn't want to have to rush too much. So thank you for meeting me here now. Oh, yay. Debbie, we have to do lunch with the sisters this week while they're in town. All right. Hey, Michelle. Hi, Tony. All right, so tonight we're going to use one of my favorite new sets out of the new catalog. It's called Well Done. I will be your dinner date, Kathy, any day. You name it, sister. So it's this adorable whale stamp set, but that wasn't what got me at first. What got me at first was just the layout in the catalog. Look at these gorgeous, gorgeous colors. This is so my wheelhouse right here. Happiness right here. Just beautiful, vibrant colors, and I love all of the designer paper that goes with this set. They had me at hello with this one. I could not wait to order it. So we're going to create with this suite tonight. We're going to be using some of the designer paper. We're going to be using the stamp set, and I'm going to show you a couple of tricks tonight. So I hope you'll hang around and check those out. And at the end, I'm going to have a little challenge for you. So you know the word I'm thinking of. Oh, I do too, Rosellen. It's so cute. All right, so let me show you what I've been up to with this one. So, as I was saying, the designer paper is just gorgeous. One thing that I loved about this set too was that it comes in a bundle. Look at that. The angels sang with that whale builder punch. This is thebomb.com. I didn't realize when I got this that it also coordinates with some of the designer series paper. So I know, can you believe it? I said it out loud. That is amazing. So I'm going to show you all the designer papers, but look at those whales. See those? Fits perfectly. Now that's magical right there. I love it. And it makes some little splashes and some little seaweed and things. So stinking cute. So this bundle together, let's see where it is. It's 10% off. So the stamp set with the punch is $31.50, which is a bargain. And if you do the starter kit during June, from June 3rd to June 30th, you can get the bundle for free. So we'll talk about that again too. All right, so here we go. So we have the whales, to make sure I had all the patterns there. We have the whales, and on the back, really pretty waves. Love the vibrant colors there, so pretty. Then there are these little teeny seahorses in the seaweed, stinking cute. And then these beautiful, like a mint macaron and the pretty peacock waves here with the white caps on the back. We're going to be using some of that tonight. Then there's some jellyfish with this really pretty peacock here on the back. Love that color. Pretty. And then this one, this would be great for a little 6x6 framed piece. Really cool with the fishies. And on the back, it looks like kind of like fish skin, I think. like scales. That's what I mean. Scales. There's that. And then there's a little bit of seaweed. Love this with the granny apple green and the pretty peacock. Really, really pretty. And on the back, there's some green with the little teeny fishies in there. It's really cute. Now this one, we're going to use this one tonight. This one is the little sea turtles swimming. And on the back of that one is this green, it looks like, I don't know, it looks kind of like coral or some kind of plant in the ocean. I don't know. Another one that would be great for a little framed piece. Bottom of the ocean with the sun rays coming through the water. Really, really cute. And then some fish on the back of that one. Great one to use to cut up and use as strips on your card. Look at this one. This was one of my favorites when I first opened the pack. I love all the possibilities with this one. And I'll show you a card I did with this one. Love, love it. And then on the back, that same fish pattern, but when that in the crushed curry. I think that's crushed curry. Looks like it. Then this one, so you can cut this one in half however you'd like, but it has the crabs and the shells at the bottom down here in the sand, and then this one's just seaweed up here. We're going to be using that one tonight too. And this one has a little bit of everybody. So the whales, the jellyfish, the turtles, seahorses, they're all in there. And on the back, great, great paper for a background. You could do so much with this. This would be great for 4th of July too. You could do all kinds of stuff with that. And then one of my personal favorites, the big sea turtles. Love these guys. And on the back, some more of those fish scales, but this time in the yellow. All right, so you want to see what we're going to do? I do. Okay, so I'll show you one of the cards I made. This isn't the card we're making. We're making a fun fold card tonight and on a tag. So this is the one I did first. This one was with that 6x6 piece that had the, you know, the ocean, the bottom of the ocean floor on there. And all I did was I went in and punched out one of the little whales and added some of that really cool new baker's twine that's in the catalog this time. This is actually stamped in cinnamon cider, which I love because it brought out that brown here. And then I added some of the clear epoxy, yeah, you know, clear epoxy droplets. I can never think of that on there. Just a little bubbly kind of feel. And then when I open it up, here it says, "My love for you is bigger than the ocean." And when you open it up, it says, "Hoping all your birthday fishes come true." So I just did the little fish stamp there and added a little strip of the designer paper at the bottom with the waves. So it kind of grounds it and then just gives you some room to write too. So I thought that was pretty stinking cute. So right, the paper worked for me there. I didn't have to do a whole lot of anything with it except punch out that whale and do my sentiment. So I thought that was pretty slick. Okay, so that was the first one I did. Now, the other things we're going to do tonight are this fun fold card. This is a double easel card. And this is my little friend, that little sea turtle who I love. I just fussy cut one of those little guys out, looking straight at you. And it says, "My love is bigger, love for you is bigger than the ocean," again. And I used my whale punch this time and just punched out some of those pieces for seaweed on there. At least that's what I'm calling them. So punched those out with the new Just Jade, that color there, the lighter color, and then some pretty peacock there. And when you open it up, I put a little piece with just the seaweed here in the middle, and then the piece with all the swimming turtles here in the back. So I thought that was pretty darn cool that they all coordinate. Isn't that fun? And then when you open it up, because it's a double easel, I just put a little strip down here at the bottom with the little fish in the seaweed down at the bottom. And I haven't decided what sentiment I'm putting in here yet. Just going to see what I need at the time. But I love the sentiments in this. It's really cute. And this one stands up. I'll take good pictures of it for you, but you can see it stands up as a double easel card. And I think all the colors just go together really well. So that's another one from Whale Done. So we're going to make this one tonight. And then we're going to make a tag, and I'm going to show you a really fun technique when we do the tag, okay? Here's a little sneak peek of the tag. It says you're kind of a big deal with that little whale on there. Isn't he cute? All right, so let's make this card, the double easel card first, and then we'll move on to the tag. So you're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock, and I chose 2 of the coordinating colors with this particular designer paper. We're going to use Just Jade and Pretty Peacock. Oh, look, I have my mermaid nails on. I didn't even plan that. That's pretty sweet. Okay, so I'm going to give you measurements, but you guys know they will always be on my the video on YouTube. Oh, the other night's video for YouTube did not download. I don't know why, but we're going to try it again tonight when I do this one. I finally gave up, but I'll try to do them both. But when this one goes live on YouTube, and also here in the comments, you'll see the supplies and the measurements. You don't have to rush to write everything down. All right, so Just Jade. This is going to be our card base, and this one's going to measure 4 1/4 by 11. Okay, and I'm just going to score that in the middle. Actually, I'm just going to fold it because I already... Oh, my paper trimmer's over there. Where's my bone folder? Here we go. This will do just fine. There we go. So that's the card base. Then you're going to need the front easel piece. So the front easel piece is going to measure 4 by 10 1/4. All right. Oops, let's turn it this way. 4 by 10 1/4. And when you score it, you're going to score it at 2 1/2 and then again at 5. So 4 by 10 1/4, scored at 2 1/2 and 5. All right. Let me go ahead and burnish these. Get it nice and crisp. This is actually going to go back on itself like this, so it's that Z. See that? I'll do that here. All right, so those are our 2 pieces for our card. Oops, I cut that wrong. I didn't cut this one off. I forgot. I just cut this in half. Silly girl. Let me cut 3/4 off here. This was supposed to be 10 1/4, and I didn't. Obviously. There we go. That's better. Okay. Phew. Easy fix. All right. Now for the designer paper for this one, I'm going to use the waves here in the front, then the seaweed piece, and then the big piece here with the turtles. So these 3 pieces are going to be this one for the inside of the easel here will be 3 3/4 by 5. So you'll need one of those. And then for these 2 pieces, you can pick whichever paper you want to go on those, but those will both measure 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. So you'll need 2 of those, okay? Oh, I'm starting to see more people. Oh, now my comments pop up. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry I'm missing your comments. It wasn't popping up there before. All right. Now, this little label right here, this one I had no idea was in the die set, the Tasteful Labels die set. This is a new one that just came out. It is awesome. There are some really cool shapes in here. Look at this. These little double stitched ones here. See how they're stitched on the inside and outside? So you get, even the negative space would look pretty in these. So 2 different circles, and then the labels. I just love those. There are those. Hi, Trudy. Let's see if I can see. Oh, thank you, Cassie. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you. Hi, Karen. Hi, Linda. All right. So we did that. Now for the inside of this one, just your standard 4 by 5 1/4 piece of Whisper White will be fine. And then at the bottom here, I have a piece that is 1 inch by 4 inches. Okay. So that's the inside of our card. So let's go ahead and assemble. What on earth is this? Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so in love. This is our new adhesive. This is Stamp and Seal, and this is Stamp and Seal Plus. So this is our replacement for Snail. This one knocks Snail out of the water, if you ask me. And the Stamp and Seal Plus replaces our old Fast Fuse that we used to have. So it's a really really sticky adhesive that will hold quite well when you're doing boxes or 3D projects. Okay, so we're just going to use the Stamp and Seal, and it just has these little covers here to cover up the roller there on the front. So it works just like before. So let's just take our designer paper for that front of the easel. We will put that on here. Like so. I feel like a new woman today. I got a haircut. I am so excited. Whoop, whoop. Oh, thank you, Marcy. All right, there's that. Now we need our seaweed right here. So again, this one is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. Look at that coral. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, baby. Okay, you can't go wrong with any of these. This whole pack of designer paper is just stunning. I love it. There we go. Scooch. Right there. All right, and one more. This one will be the waves. See, it's hard to even put adhesive on the back of it because it's gorgeous on both sides. Oops. I got it stuck. Sorry. There we go. What did I do? Oh, there. Sorry. Like so. All right, so there are the 3 panels right there. Then we will take the easel part and we're going to adhere that to the card front, right? Like that. Okay. Just like this. Thank you, everybody who was like today, Marsha and I were blown away. We were getting sign-ups for Bingo and Super Saturday today. It was crazy. We love it. We're going to have a big group. All right, there's that group for us. Now, I need a piece of Whisper White. Here's my Whisper White. And I wonder which one. I think this time on the inside, I'm going to use the coral. Coral? Nah, I don't like that one for this. Just too much color there. I know, can you believe I'm saying that? Let's see. Oh, maybe I'll use some fish again. Yeah, I love those fish. All right, so this is going to be 1 inch by 4 inches. There we go. And I like adding designer paper to the inside of my card just a little bit, just to bring out a little pop of color in there. So this little guy is going to go down here at the bottom. Right there. Oops, sorry. So we will put this down right there. Oh, I keep forgetting. I don't have to do the check mark anymore like Fast Fuse, but it's still like automatic. It's crazy. Muscle memory, I guess. All right. There's our inside. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So there's the outside of our card. Okie doke. Now, I took one of our little turtles. I took this little guy. They're so also stinking cute. I guess I'll stick with him. He was pretty easy to cut out. I know some people are going, oh no, not fussy cutting. This guy's not hard at all. Promise. No punch for this guy. There we go. All right. Let's cut him out. I should have cut him out ahead of time. Sorry. Ooh. For those of you who are local, who come to Coffee and Cards, who used to come to Coffee and Cards, Weinerger's Cafe that we meet in Old Town Manassas is going to be opening up just for us that Wednesday night. The last Wednesday of every month is when we meet there, but this month on the 24th, it's just going to be Stampers, and you are welcome to come. You will need to bring a mask. You do not come if you have been feeling sick or with somebody who's been sick. But we're going to have a great time just getting back together. And City of Manassas is opening back up. So, and let me tell you, their food is delicious. So, you will not want to miss it. You'll want to bring your own tools, though, and your own adhesive. So, we're not going to be sharing tools. All right, let's see. Does it get... No, Patty, I haven't had that problem yet, and I've used it. Well, I used it yesterday and today, but I haven't had that problem yet, if it does do it. All right, I'm going to use some terracotta tile ink in one of those little labels from the Tasteful Touches and stamp our sentiment. Oops, I dipped that in there, didn't I? Let's see if I can see it without my head in there. Cross your fingers. Ta-da! All right. All right, now this little punch. I will show you what I do with mine, a little trick that I do. I've been punching out the seaweed for the other one, which gave me several whales, and I was cutting out some of the designer paper. So I put one of our clear envelopes here on the inside with some washi tape. And so I have extra whales cut out and some of the ones that were punched that I didn't use. So I keep them in here for when I'm going to be doing other cards. You never know, might be one that I need. Hi, Rose. Oh, thanks, Susan. I do too. I really do. All right, there are those guys. Now we're gonna need some more seaweed. So I'm just gonna go in and punch a bunch. Not really worried about getting a whole lot of whole images of that whale in there. All right, so there's some out of the Just Jade. There we go. It's like dealing cards. I actually love the technique we're going to do on the tag. I'm really looking forward to that one. There's that one, one more. All right, so there's some out of the Just Jade. Now I want to do some out of the Pretty Peacock. I keep wanting to call it Tranquil Tide. Ooh, there we go. Let's see. This time I will do a strip. Go. Come on. Be a pal. I want to make it better this time. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do some here. And you can do however many you want. I just like doing them just a little spray of them, I guess, a little grouping. Here we go. Perfect. All right. So what I did, I put some of my Stampin' Seal Plus on the back edge of my label. Now look, this is the fast fuse. This is the Stampin' Seal Plus. I want to see if you guys can see that. Can you see how it has the little ridges in there? So it's like little separate little pieces in there. That's what this Seal Plus looks like. Okay, so that's really, really strong adhesive. All right, so I'm going to take some of my seaweed. I'm just going to stick a few on here. I've never been good at flower arranging, so seaweed arranging, maybe. We'll see. Let's see over here. It doesn't have to be anything super whiz bang. There we go. You can tell how sticky it is. My fingers are sticking to it. So just give a little bit of color up in there. All right. This one. There. All right, so there are those guys. So we'll take some dimensionals and put on the back of this one. Oh, thanks, Diane. Me too. Me too. It's just such a pretty color combination. I mean, they really hit this one out of the park. Like I said, the whole suite is just right in my wheelhouse. I love it. All right, so I put my little tag here on the front, and I put it pretty much centered up and down. And then my little turtle, I put a little mini dimensional. Where's his head? Over here where his head is. Right there. There we go. And I will put a little bit of adhesive here on the back. Whoops. The back of the other end of him, because I want that to stick to the label, but it's going to hang off. So, oops, got a little off there. It's going to hang off the edge, and that's why I wanted my dimensional down here by his head. So there we go. All right, that's the first one. Whoop whoop. And you can go in and put some of the clear epoxy droplets on that one too if you want. But it's honestly, for a double easel card, the color in there is just phenomenal. I love that. See that? So pretty. All right, so that's the first one. Check that box. All right, now we're gonna do our tag. And I want to show you a little trick that I love. Clearer space over here so I can actually get to everything. All right, so this was our little tag. I haven't done any ribbons on it yet or anything. So my tag is going to use that whale punched out, but we're going to, what was I going to say? We're going to use just a little strip of that designer paper from the pack with the little crabs at the bottom. And I cut this little strip at 1 7/8 by 4. All right. Then in this one, I'm going to pull in the Blackberry Bliss. You can tell I used the Blackberry Bliss because it looks really good on that Blackberry Bliss whale there. So we're going to do one just like that. So this one's going to go on the tag. Now, on this one, you can see where I already punched it with my tag punch. This one, I wanted to show you the difference. So these were both cut at 4 3/4. This is how far down it comes when you cut it at that 4 3/4. Okay, so that's why it's a little bit longer than what you'll need for the piece that's going to go here. So this one's 4 3/4, and I went ahead and punched it. Now this one, because the paper was 1 7/8, this track inside here, the largest track, is 2 inches right there. Okay, maybe a hair under 2 inches, but not too much under. Okay, so you slide it all the way in there, and it goes in, and you can see underneath where the tag topper is. If you want to try to make sure that that's centered, it should be centered if it's in the track correctly. And then you're just going to give it a punch, and that's your tag topper. Okay, cutie patootie. All right, then I used my corner punch. I need those little elves that are supposed to come at night to clean your studio. I need those. Somebody get them on the line. So this is my triple corner punch. I'm going to round the edges on this one. So there's 2 little guides, one kind of in a 90-degree angle. And I'm just going to put that in there and punch the corners to round them like that. And I'm going to take my designer paper, and I'm going to round all 4 corners on this one. All right. Now, one thing that I wanted to do was I really kind of wanted this thing to pop, because you can see on this card with the designer paper whale on there, you can see it's kind of flat, and that's fine. it has a little bit of a sheen to it just because of the paper. It's a little shiny, but I wanted it to kind of pop off the page. So on this one, this little guy is embossed, and so is my sentiment. And I'm going to show you how I did that, because we obviously do not have Blackberry Bliss embossing powder. Don't have it. So I'm going to take my tag first with the "You're Kind of a Big Deal." And I will bring in my Versamark ink and my Blackberry Bliss ink and my clear embossing powder. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it in Blackberry Bliss. I want to make sure I'm in the screen for you. So I'm going to stamp it in Blackberry Bliss. I should put my Stampin' Pierce mat under there, because I'm using photopolymer stamp. I wanted to have a little bit more give, so we will put that under there and stamp this guy up here. Trying to see. You're kind of a big deal. Like that. All right. I'll set this aside. Now I'm going to clean off my stamp. There we go. And I'm going to bring in my Versamark ink. This is the watermark ink we've used before. We're going to use this with the clear embossing powder. So because this is photopolymer, it makes it really easy to go back in and stamp over top of what I just stamped. So let me open my powder first. One thing you don't want to do, ask me how I know, is emboss with the ceiling fan on high. Go ahead, laugh amongst yourselves. Yes, I did that. That's why there's embossing powder around. Yeah, I'm not blonde or anything. All right, so I'm going to go, I inked it up in Versamark. I'm going to go in and I'm going to line it up on top of where I stamped before in the Blackberry Bliss. You can see, hopefully you can see, it went right over top. And now that the Versamark is on top of there, I'm going to put a little bit of clear embossing powder on top of that, like that. And we're going to heat that puppy up. There we go. All right. Let's heat it up where the magic happens. And remember, the heat tool gets really hot, so don't get your fingers in there. You just need to do it once, and then you won't do it again. All right, can you see it melting? Hopefully. There we go. So there we go. We embossed in Blackberry Bliss, sorta. But that just makes it pop right off the page, doesn't it? Ooh, love that. All right. So there's our background piece. So let's go ahead. Actually, we won't need this guy. Let's go ahead and adhere this one. You're kind of a big deal. Yes, you are. I keep putting it down before I keep putting it down the wrong way. There we go. All right. Put this on, just a little bit of a border around it. Look how that pops off the page. Ooh, baby. Love it. All right, now I went ahead and did my whale. He's embossed too. So what I did for that was I brought in my piece of designer paper that has the whales on it. And let's see. Yeah, I'm going to use this guy again. So I'm just going to trim this out. Not trim it, but I'm just going to make it so I'm not getting stuff on everybody on the page. like that. All right, then I will bring in a piece of scrap paper, like so. And I'm just going to take my Versamark pad and ink it up, like that. And then we're just going to take our clear embossing powder and sprinkle it on top. And that way you will have an embossed little whale. Isn't that fun? Love it. He's so cute. There we go. All right, let's heat this one up. Really fun. And it makes such a difference having him embossed. It's just night and day. I love it. There he is. All right, like that. And then I will take a Post-it note, scooch it over. Take a Post-it note, and I'm going to make a little handle on here and make it longer. And bring in my whale punch. And punch him out. It's still warm. Kind of curled a little bit. Get in there, buddy. There you go. Oh, my Post-it's catching. Wondered what was going on. All right. You need to be a pal. Move it. There we go. Doing too much of a good job. Oh, come on. Making me work for it tonight. Come on. Oh, for Pete's sake. Mickey is not the stickiest of Post-its, apparently. Say it isn't so. Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay, talk amongst yourselves while I, solve another world problem here. Come on. Oh, there we go. For Pete's sake. All right, sorry. I'm totally messing this up. Don't make me stop this car. You hear me? There we go. It was Mickey's fault. I wouldn't hold it. See how easy that was? My, oh my. Oh my lordy. All right, yeah. See how it just makes it pop? Really, really pretty. Little baby whale. All right, so he's gonna get stuck down with dimensionals. It really is easy. I'm just making it look hard, so, you guys will feel really successful when it's easy for you. All right, so there's my little baby whale. Like so. Now, I took some vellum and my punch, and I went in and punched the, and they're hard to see, trust me. I was chasing around my table before. These little, if you can see the little water from the spout? There's another one right there. So what I did was I brought in my glue dots for the double one. There we go. Like so. And we're going to stick that underneath there, right where we want it, like that. And then I'm going to take the little one, these guys. It looks like a war zone in here. I was just taking all kinds of stuff out. I'm going to use my fine tip glue pen. And I need my, take your pick tool. Where did I lay it? I don't know. I'm telling you, I need those elves to come in here. Where did it go? I know it's here. Is it sticking to something? Oh, there it is. All right, I'm gonna take that one and put a little dot up here so the water is coming out of the top. I'm gonna wing it and just put it up here like so. Whoop, can't see it. There we go. And that's gonna dry clear. All right, be sure to put the top back on your fine tip glue pen, thing, fine tip glue. And then, what's missing, people? Wink of Stella, of course. Why is that one still on my table? I pick that one up all the time and it's not juicy anymore. There we go. All right, so I took some Wink of Stella and I just put some Wink on the water to make that pop. Isn't that cute? Oh my gracious pea goodness. So cute. All right. And there's our tag. Phew, and they said it couldn't be done. Proved them wrong tonight, huh? All right, so there's our tag. Here's our other tag. Once that's dry, I'll go in and put some ribbon on there. There's the first card, and here is our double easel card. Really, really cute. All right. Did you love that bundle? Did you love the paper? Oh my goodness, I'm so happy about that. All right, so remember that this punch and stamp set, the Whale Done and the Whale Builder Punch, can come in a bundle and they're 10% off, or you can get it for free when you do the $99 offer where you choose $125 of anything you want. You pay $99, no shipping, and you can choose a bundle out of the catalog for free until June 30th. And this is one of the bundles, and this would be one that I would get. All right. If you have any questions, let me know. For all the supplies that I used, you can check them out at my online store, suitablystamped.stampinup.net. And this is June's host code, so use that to get a free gift from me. And for the people who shared tonight or who share afterwards, tomorrow I'm going to draw a name and you will get all 3 projects from tonight in the mail as a gift from me for sharing. So thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, tomorrow night's Make It With Me Monday. Check back in the morning and see what I'm going to make, because right now I have no clue. I will give you a list of stuff tomorrow morning and let you know, if you want to make stuff along with me, what to get out before our live tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Okay? Thanks for being here. I am so happy you were. Have a wonderful evening ahead. Stay safe, stay well, and God bless. Night.